We knew we were good, but I think anytime you play a sport like golf in that environment, you always kind of think you're really good. And then you get out there and you kind of say, oh, I got some stuff to work on, or we're not that good. And then I think the way it kind of, went was we had a bunch of events in the fall that we just played really good. And we were beating a lot of teams that, we typically may not beat or that we would struggle with. And our record was really, really good. And then, that was the year that we won Penn State.
All five of us birdied the 18th hole. And I think that made the margin in the victory. So just I can remember distinctly standing around that green, waiting for the guys to finish, watching all the birdies, and just kind of the celebration that ensued, and how disappointed Penn State was that they lost at their home track. That's probably my favorite memory from that 2004 season.
When we teed it up in a tournament, we felt like we could beat anybody. And, especially locally, I think University of Maryland always was, everyone said, oh, they're the best golf team in Maryland. And we didn't think that, and we beat them a lot. And it was the same thing going up to Penn State.
We never went into a tournament thinking we weren't the favorite. And in fact, for the entire year, we never came in lower than third out of teams between 12 and 18 teams, never lower than third, which was a pretty good year.
The JMU put us, I think, gave us the real reality that, man, when we put it together, we're really good, because Jeff played phenomenal in that event. And we all played really good, but Jeff really lit it up. And I think what that really did was say to all the other schools, they got a lot of guys that can get it done for them. And that's really what college golf's about, is you got to have more than one guy that can carry the torch.
Jeff shot 63. Actually, by I think the fifth hole of the last round, we made up 8 shots and just took off. But Jeff's 63 was awesome, and he made a bogey on the easiest hole on the golf course to shoot 63.
It just was one of those days where, in golf, it's funny, when you're making a lot of birdies and you're playing well, probably similar to other sports, you kind of get in the zone and you're not really thinking about anything, and I just kept playing and kept hitting it on the green and making putts, and the next thing I know, I'm looking at, finishing up the 18th hole for 63. It's weird playing on a team because we're so used to playing individual golf and trying to win golf tournaments, and then we get to college and it's like we're trying to win as a team, and I never really even thought about winning the tournament. I just really wanted us to win. And then it ended up that we won and I won. So it was, it was kind of icing on the cake.
We had a bunch of guys that could go low. And again, that's one of those things that breeds confidence. When you look at the other 4 guys that you're teeing it up with, and everybody knows at any given moment, hey, any of us could shoot 65. We have designs in our mind that, you could shoot 20 plus under as a team if everybody just goes out there and does their thing.
We weren't just golfers. We were competitors that got good at golf. And that really motivated at least me, and I know some of the other guys, because we would form kind of our own little rivalries with other colleges, even if they really weren't. And we just didn't want to lose to people. And that's really what kind of pushed us. We were not interested in losing. We were out to hurt feelings if we could.
I do remember at the Towson Sports Awards banquet, I got the Coach of the Year award, which means my players were good. And when I went up there, the truth of the matter was, I said the real problem, the real doing the star action here would be to take the talent at that table and not win.
He was the perfect coach for us because we didn't need somebody to tell us about our golf game. We needed someone to keep us level-headed. We needed somebody who did something dumb to say, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And that's kind of what he was for us. He was a great fit for our team.
We knew that if we all played to our potential, we could play with anybody. And so it was just that inner fire, that inner belief that we had individually that then collectively as a group manifested and I guess ended up putting us in situations where we did things that didn't look like they should be possible.
Now being out of school for quite a while, you start to talk about some of these things and remember them again. And it's fun just to talk about them. And we had a lot of really cool, great memories.